Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video we're going to be replacing the alternator and serpentine belt in my 2006 Honda Civic. This is also for the 2006 to the 2011. But before we get started, I did pick up these parts on Amazon. The serpentine belt, I got this Goodyear one. And then also for the alternator, this brand I think is pretty good. I've used a lot of their products in the past and everything has worked great so far. So both of these, there's going to be a link in the description down below. You guys can pick it up on Amazon. Let's go ahead and take a look at the alternator, which as you can see, it's in the bubble wrap. And it looks nice, and obviously it's nice, new, and fresh. But before we get started with replacing the alternator and serpentine belt, the pulleys and stuff do go down really far and kind of back. So if you actually take off the front passenger wheel, you can access that a lot easier. So when it comes to putting the new belt on, it might be a lot easier to be able to do it from here versus kind of going in and kind of reaching through like the really lack of space in here. So I'm going to go ahead and use the quick jacks over here. We're going to raise up the entire car because I do have some other projects I'm going to be doing with the Civic. So I just wanted to go ahead and get it raised up in the air. So let me go ahead and do that. But if you guys don't have quick jacks, there's going to be a link in the description down below. I highly suggest picking those up because they are absolutely amazing, make life a lot easier. Or you could just use a standard jack with a jack stand and pull off that one wheel. Alright, so now that I have the wheel off, you can kind of see up inside, and right there you can kind of see where like the belt would come through, and then some of the other pulleys and stuff. So we're going to actually have to use a 19mm wrench or pretty much anything else you have. And right down in here, let's see if I can get the camera angle just right. You can kind of see right there where the tensioner is. It's essentially this bolt right there. So you can hook this on, however, you have to go up with it, and in order to get that leverage, it's very difficult, and this is the only thing I have that hooks on. So I actually had to pick up another tool, so instead of using this and the space is really tight, I couldn't just fit a socket with a standard wrench on there. I actually did pick up a couple different options. Alright, so these are a couple of the tools I did pick up on Amazon. There will be links in the description down below, so if you guys did want to pick these up. And I definitely highly suggest at least one of these two, especially this one, can be used for so many different applications. Let me go ahead and open it first. And like I said, you can use it for all kinds of projects, so I do highly suggest picking this up. But whenever you get the wrench kind of down in there onto that bolt, you can use this to pretty much hook right on, and it gives you extra length. So then now you just added a lot more length, a handle, and there's even a 1/2 inch right there, so you could even use a standard wrench and extend onto that and make even longer lengths. Or if you guys didn't want to use it on a wrench, you could use it on all kinds of other tools as well, such as the handle of like a standard wrench. You can take this, hook it on, and still get that extra leverage on there just in case. But like I said, this right here should actually work just fine to be able to get that extra length. But if you guys did want a tool more specific for this job, you guys can pick up the serpentine belt tool, which that's literally what it's called. And it is really thin, really flat. Let me go ahead and open it up here for you guys. All right, so this is the serpentine belt tool. You can kind of see how like kind of flat that is. And you can even take a little socket and stick right on there. And now you have really like minimal space. So you could even use this on all kinds of other projects where you do have very limited space. However, it's not ratcheting, it is fixed. So if you were to look, that's actually like welded on right there. So this set specifically does not come with a 19mm, which we would need for this job. However, this is like the standard size where you can just use any kind of socket. But if you just happen to use 18mm, 16mm, and let's see, 15mm, and there's even these like little kind of wrench heads that you could still pop on right there. And I think this is such a great tool. But for this job specifically, it does not come with the 19mm, but I'll still be able to use this with a standard socket, which I already have. So I think it's an absolutely great tool. If you lay it next to this extension here, plus if we put the wrench in place, as you can see, it does have like a little bit more length on that, but you can still use this. Like I said, if you guys do want to pick up the serpentine belt removal tool, there will be links in the description down below. So let me go ahead and grab my 19mm socket to put on here, and we can go ahead and head into the engine bay. All right, so I went ahead and got my 19mm socket. We're going to go ahead and put it onto the serpentine belt removal tool, and we're going to go ahead, reach down into here, and hook it onto that bolt. There we go. So now we just got to push it up towards the windshield, and then we can pull the belt off. There we go. So now we can go ahead and release the tensioner. I'm gonna grab the socket off of here. And now you can see I pulled the belt off of the alternator. So now we can just kind of work the belt off of here. And there we go. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get down in here and pull it off of these down here. There we go. It is kind of tricky getting this thing out, especially being around so many different things. There we go, and just like that, we got the serpentine belt out. All right, so next up, we're gonna remove the alternator. So in order to do that, there's gonna be a few different plugs on here. We can go ahead and tackle this first one. There's gonna be a little push button right here on the backside. We're gonna push and wiggle that off. All right, so next we're gonna have this next plug, which it's kind of hard to get to, so I ended up lifting up the rubber housing, and as you can see, it's a green plug. There's a little button right here on the top side. So I'm gonna go ahead and push in on that button, and then try to push against the side of it to be able to get it up and off of there. And then the next one's gonna be this one right here, which we lift this rubber coating up, and you see that there is a bolt. So that is a standard 10 millimeters. So we're gonna go ahead and take our wrench and hook it right onto there and go ahead and unbolt it. Now that we have that off, we can go ahead and lift this straight up and off. And then we're also gonna have to remove this little mounting bracket. So this, we wanna take a little tab and kind of pull it out with our nail. And then you can lift this straight up and off and try to move it out of the way so it's not in the way. There we go. Because this little bracket that it connects to is actually bolted onto the alternator itself, as well as this little bracket and then the one back here. All right, so next we're gonna have to remove this wire as well. So in order to do that, there's like a little button on, or a little tab on the bottom. We're gonna take it and push it kind of in, and then we can slide this whole thing off. So in and off just like that. And then for mine, these little mounting points are actually broken, so I don't have to worry about those. So I'm just gonna move that down and out of the way. And now we can go ahead and get to the main mounting bolts that mount this thing into the car. All right, so to remove the alternator, there's gonna be two major bolts on it that are actually pretty long. So we're gonna use a 12 millimeter, and the first one is sitting right here. I don't know if you could really see that very well. And the second one is kind of hard to see. All right, so to better show where the mounting points are, here's like the alternator sitting just like the brand new one right on top of the old one. So you can see where we unplugged the three different plugs at. And right here is the top bolt, which goes in right there, and it does slide all the way through to that. But when we flip it over, you can kind of see where the other bolt is. It goes in right there. So as it sits in the car, you got the top bolt and the bottom bolt. So you can kind of use that as a reference to see exactly where the other one is. So let's go ahead and remove those. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the bottom one since it is a little bit more difficult. And once I do that, then it'll just be hanging on from the top side. All right, so let me reach this down in here and get hooked onto that bottom bolt. Which honestly, this is kind of hard to get to as well. So this is another reason why I suggested grabbing this extension, because we can literally just hook this right on. There we go. And now I got that extra leverage to be able to, there we go, I can loosen it. So all it took was like one good turn. And now let me go in here and just get it out the rest of the way. All right, so now I got the bottom bolt loose. I can go ahead and let me lift up on this a little bit, and I can pull that bolt right out. And there's the length of it if you guys were curious. So now let's go ahead and remove the top bolt. And I don't know if you noticed, but this is already kind of loose, so I don't know if it was just not tight all the way from the maybe like the previous owner, but that's definitely not what I expected. So now this should be fairly easy to get this bolt out. Okay, so it's actually in there pretty firm. There we go. All right, and then let's go ahead and pull the bolt out the rest of the way by hand. And you do want to support the alternator because you don't want to drop it as soon as you pull this bolt out. There we go. So that is the bolt right there. It's actually covered in grease. But let's go ahead and lift the alternator up and out. Let me get a good grip on it first. There we go. All right, so before we install the new alternator in the car, we're gonna have to swap out some hardware. So that's these like little mounting brackets for the wires. And as you can see, these little plastic clips that had almost like a zip tie attached to them, Both of these were already broken, so I did get this like little kit on Amazon. There's gonna be a link in the description down below, but it has all kinds of different kinds of tabs, clips, all kinds of different things that you might need for different projects and everything. And it did come with some of this style of clips. So here they are right there. And it actually looks to be about like the exact same style. So I'm going to be able to pop these out and then stick these new ones in. And once we put the wires in, we go ahead and close that like a normal zip tie. And then we can go ahead and snip the ends off. So I'm going to start off with unbolting this kind of big bracket right here, and then it has the two 10mm bolts. And then we're going to put it onto the new alternator, as well as this little bracket, this little one, and then obviously this big giant one will then go on right here. And then obviously this plug is going to be like just left onto the alternator because the new one already comes with it on there. So let's remove all these and transfer them over. All right, and now all the old hardware from the old alternator is switched on to the new one. As you can see, the color is a bit different. This is all nice and shiny and silver, and then obviously these are a bit darker, but it works the same purpose. They're just mounting points. So let's go ahead and go back to the car and set the new alternator in place. All right, so now I got that really long bolt, and we're gonna set this right down into position here. And let's take that bolt, slide it right into there. All right, and now we can just go ahead and bolt it into place. I'm just gonna do it by hand to get it started, and then I'm gonna go down and put in the lower bolt. So at least we have those in place and we know it's aligned before we tighten anything down. All right, so now let's go ahead and tighten down the top. So initially I did notice that there was a gap right here on the right side, which you can still see there's a little bit of a gap there between like the little mounting point as well as the side. As I tighten it, I see that little piece start to slide out. That's actually how the original one was. So as we tighten this, that little cylinder starts to pull out a little bit more, and it will then start to slowly close the gap, and it seats it nice and even. All right, so now we've got the radiator bolted all back in place. I suggest going ahead and putting the serpentine belt in just so that all those wires and everything are out of the way now. And we can kind of align it a lot better. So let's go ahead, grab the new serpentine belt and get that all wired through. All right, so now we got the new belt right here. Let's go ahead, start feeding it down into the crevices. My suggestion is just to kind of drop it down a little bit, and then we just start kind of working one wheel at a time. And right here on the screen is the kind of diagram for how this whole thing kind of goes into place. And then what I might actually do is take it off of the alternator for now, so we can kind of get it all the way through here, and then obviously when we loosen the tensioner, then we can slide it onto the alternator last, as that is kind of like the easiest part to get to once you do have the tensioner loose. All right, so the new belt is pretty tight, so using the other tool, there was like a little bit of play, so it wasn't giving me like the proper leverage to be able to loosen it all the way. So I'm gonna go back to using the old style, just regular wrench onto the tensioner, and then we're gonna use the little handle extension, and we're gonna hook it onto there. And there we go. That was able to give us just enough leverage and a little bit extra kind of movement on the tensioner. So now everything is hooked up. So now what we're gonna do is just go ahead and make sure that the belt is hooked through all the pulleys properly. It's sitting nice and even. Some of them, it might be shifted a little bit. Actually, such as the wheel right below, it's a little off. So I'm gonna loosen the tensioner, go back in and just kind of shift that belt over a little bit. But once you do that, we can go ahead and move on to getting everything plugged back in. All right, so now we can go ahead and plug everything back to how it was. All right, so first we're gonna remove the 10mm bolt from the new one or the nut, because it did come with a new nut. All right, so let's set this in place. Actually, you might be able to go ahead and clip in the wire up here first. There we go, so that kind of holds it mostly in place. There we go, let's set the nut down in there. All right, I'm just gonna get it started by hand. All right, so now that that's secure, we can put that little rubber housing back down over top of that. And then we can take the next wire, clip that down into place. And then finally we can take this one and let's just kind of move the zip ties so that they kind of fit properly. Let's hook that onto the little bracket, and then we can plug that right in. And now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and feed the zip ties through to secure this wire. There we go, and now I can go ahead and clip that. That's now I can go ahead and clip off the excess little zip tie piece that's hanging off right here, and just like that, we are done. All right, and that's what it looks like afterwards. I think it looks absolutely amazing, especially with that new belt and the whole new alternator. So I think this came out really good. So I really hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, go down and put in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you have any other questions or concerns. I do have a playlist for this car, so there's going to be a lot more videos coming soon. So definitely stay tuned for all those. But like I said before, all the links to all the tools and parts are going to be in the description. So make sure you go check those out, pick them up on Amazon, have them at your house like either same day, next day, or within the same week usually. But if you guys did like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. But as always, thank you for watching.